Porter, I remember the story of the professor who is talking about evolution in class, and the student raises his hand and says, "Professor, what difference does it make if some distant grandfather of mine was an ape?" And the professor said, "Well, it would make a difference to your grandmother." But other than that, what is the practical consequence of presuming this?
Well, I'm not sure about practical consequence. I take a rather more poetic view that when you're in the world, and you're only in the world for a matter of some decades, to have the privilege of understanding where you came from, what your antecedents are, what the reason for your existence is such a magnificent privilege that not to have that, even if it doesn't actually help you in practice, even if the knowledge and understanding of evolution doesn't actually help you to do whatever you do, I mean, play football or be a businessman or whatever it might be, yet you die impoverished, you die having not had a proper life if you have failed to understand what's on offer. And what's on offer today in the 21st century is a huge amount, far more than any of our predecessors in previous centuries had. And so I think it's rather like saying, what's the use of music? What's the use of poetry? They may not be useful, but what's the point of living at all if you don't have them? To me, that is firmly planted in the real world. The real world is so wonderful that I don't want more than that, and I think there is no more than that. But anybody who thinks they want more than that, I'm inclined to say, how can you possibly want more than the real world if only you could understand how grand and beautiful and immense and as yet still incomprehensible the real world is? How can you want more than that?
Where does this